Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back to the chaos.
Yep. Got this jerkwad here.
And he is just not a happy camper.
No, he's not.
I think his mom did not let him get the Happy Meal, and I think he's just taking it out on us.
How dare his mom not get the Happy Meal? My goodness. I feel bad for him now. I am so sorry, Mr. Agent Apple.
So, I told you that I blame Adam, one of our co-hosts, for getting me interested in Critical Role. The show about voice actors playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, that's alright.
So, it's alright. You zoned out. But, I recently saw a clip in it that, honestly, I think I laughed a little too much given the situation, but, you know, I felt it necessary.
Yeah.
And I watched this clip of an episode where one of their players has created a new character and is being introduced to the group.
Yeah.
And so the guild decides that they're going to do a little hazing.
Oh, gosh.
And trick him out into the middle of a field and just give him a warm-up and fight him. And he basically, for lack of a better term, just get the kicked out of him. And, you know, they're all going like, we were just, you know, a little worried if he could, you know, actually handle himself. We wanted to, you know, make sure he could cut it when it counted. And he just, his character, like, has, like, a little breakdown. He goes, I'm not a real adventurer. I just am trying my hardest so my dad will respect me and give me my half of the family business before he gives it all to my sister. And, like, they just stare at him like, oh, man, like, we didn't know any of this.
Wow, I kind of feel like a dick now.
No, honestly, like, at one point they just went, honestly, if you had led with the daddy issues out of the gate, we probably would have accepted you right then. And he goes, what? They're like, oh yeah, all of us have problems with our dads.
Wow. Wow.
And I just I just could not help but laugh. Like, dude, if you had led with daddy issues right out of the gate, we wouldn't have done any of this.
Now we feel like jerks.
I mean, now that you say that, I feel like kind of a... Okay, you're gonna have to bleep this. Now that you say it, I feel like kind of a...
Yeah. I definitely have to bleep that one out.
You can guess what I said.
Leave a comment if you know what he said.
Yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe if you know the word of choice that I just used. And that our quacks put out. So
and if there's like if you guess the right one, you know, good job.
We'll respond to you.
But be creative.
Yeah.
Like, think of something else of what he might have said. That could be fun.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I didn't know why I laughed so hard at that, but I was just like, honestly, if you'd opened up with daddy issues off the bat, we would have accepted you right then.
Yeah. Let's go, team daddy issues. Go team daddy issues. Alright.
Oh no, actually, you saying be creative with the answers if you can guess what I was talking about.
Oh, check it out. There's that magical motion that we like.
Mm-hmm.
He's limping.
Did I ever tell you about when I was an intern how they had to censor something I created?
You were an intern?
Mm-hmm.
At something and they had to set... Really? I never heard of this story.
Oh yeah, I was an intern at a radio station in high school.
Okay, I think you did tell me that one time.
Yeah. I was an intern at a radio station. It was a country radio station.
Yeah.
And every morning they played a game on the air called What Are We Talking About?
Oh,
and they would give clues. And people would call in to guess it, and the first person who got it right won a prize.
Yeah.
You know, typical radio show fare.
Yeah.
And later in my internship, I got to create the What Are We Talking About one morning.
Oh, nice.
And I came up with what I thought was a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was golf clubs. So I came up with clues like, these are only usually used for one purpose.
Mm-hmm.
They can be made out of different materials. They can come in different sizes.
Oh, jeez.
They're mainly they're mostly used, well, actually, I forget how I worded this. It was like, mostly only men care about them.
Uh-huh.
And, I forget what the last one was. But it was along those lines. And like, okay, call in and see if you can guess what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And, someone, they called in with different things. Someone, like, called in with, like, cars. Like, oh, guys only care about cars, and they come in different stuff, da. And I'm like, that's actually pretty creative.
Yeah.
One person called in. This woman said, in all sincerity, she thought she had this down. She just go like, hello, radio station, condoms! And literally, my face just hit the table with laughter because I couldn't laugh too loud because they were recording it.
Yeah.
And my bosses were losing it.
Yeah.
Just like, no, try again. And they hang up on her. And they're just like, the sad part is it fits all the clues!
Yeah.
And so later, no one got it during the first round. But before they could rebroadcast it, they had to put a beep over it. Because this woman just, they couldn't really talk about it. This was like during the family time.
Yeah.
And so, like, we can't have her just yell condoms on the air.
Yeah.
The FCC kind of, cares about shit like that. And so, they had to censor it.
Mm-hmm.
And, so when they broadcast it, it just came out like, hello, radio station. No, please call and try again. And so right before they gave, like, new clues, they went, congratulations to intern Cameron for coming up with an item that we have actually, for the first time in about 3 years, had to censor someone's answer.
Wow.
And I'm like, going strong, buddy.
Oh boy.
But we finally had to use clues like, they're used in a sport.
Yeah.
You can find them in a bag, and, stuff like that, and people, started getting, like, baseball bats, and someone got golf clubs eventually.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Oh, geez.
But, yeah, I actually had to I created something, and someone's response had to be bleeped out.
That is freaking awesome. Love it.
And congratulations to intern Cameron for not only coming up with an interesting item with clues, but coming up with something that we actually had to censor.
It's like that Whose Lines It Anyway jokes, like, thank you for giving a censor bar something to think about.
Yeah, basically. 10,000 points to Brian Styles for giving the censor something to think about.
Oh man, that is just great. Why won't you die?
Yeah, honestly, you had him on his side at one point during that story, and I thought you had him. But he got back up.
Because he went to sleep. That usually means you're almost dead.
Like that.
Oh.
Returning to base in 1 minute. Harvest quickly, damn it!
Woo! Oh, I can harvest quickly, don't worry.
But yeah, that was my claim to fame as an intern.
Cameron's famous moment, people.
No, that and I got my own segment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a few weeks into my internship, and I didn't know if they were just looking for things for me to do, but they gave me a segment where I got to go onto the internet and try to find funny stories to talk about.
Yeah.
And so it became, intern Cameron's funny news.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what do you got for us today? And so that would be my job. I got to go out and find funny stories. And a lot of the times, the jokes they had were much better than mine.
Yeah.
I got to talk about stories like, a Texas teen with a bullet in his head in the hospital is being charged with assault. And they're like, okay, you gotta explain this one to us, man.
You gotta give us more to work with here, buddy.
Honestly, you gotta help us out.
Hey, hunter rank went up. That's pretty good. Get that. Nice.
Yeah. And I got to talk about things like a beekeeper in the Midwest has decided that his bees needed to find their own religion, so he has made a beehive chapel.
Oh my goodness.
In our area, that's good.
With
That's good area.
Woody and Wilcox. They're a little childish, but
Oh yeah.
I like some of the things they talk about.
Oh, my dad loves them.
And one of my favorite things they do is I don't get to listen to it anymore because they play it too early than when I leave. But it's called Craigslist Price is Right.
Oh gosh, this sounds awesome.
So they like every week they have 3 outrageous Craigslist items, and they have people from the studio, 2 people from the studio, and then 2 people who call in guess the prices.
Okay.
And you get some really, really weird stuff. And in some of them I realized it's like, this is when I first learned more about Craigslist, which was like, not only do you buy things, like actual items, but you actually, there's services too.
Okay.
Like, people will hire you to do something, basically.
Yeah.
And that's the weird ones.
Oh, absolutely.
There's like one guy who will pay you to tickle him.
Okay.
And yeah, there was that one. There was
See, I thought you were going to go along the lines of like clean your house but do a topless thing, because that's a thing.
No. And they go to the weird stuff, like, who will pay you to tickle him. There was another one where it was like a guy will pay you to him in the groin, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I know people who do that for free.
It's called the internet.
And yeah, I mean, it's called your quote-unquote friends. So, but they do it for free.
Busting my balls, man. Okay, so getting back to the story real quick.
Right, we're killing monsters.
So they know where the Zor Magnaros is going next, our molten lava asshole friend.
Yes.
And we're going to try to kill him, basically.
Okay.
So you'll see it's basically your typical giant monster fight. There's going to be cannons and ballistas all over the place.
Nice.
And you get to operate those and shoot them at him, kind of. Some people find it boring. I kind of like it. It gives a new feel to the hunt, basically. It's like you're part of this army that's trying to take down something massive, basically.
Okay.
And you're one guy who's operating a cannon.
Yeah, it feels like a team effort.
Yeah. Okay, so we got all that taken care of, and I think we can call this an episode. And next time, we're going to hunt down the Zor Magnaros.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's prepare to get our butts handed to us like the first time we encountered Sin in Final Fantasy X. Don't know what I'm talking about? Check out on the 8-Bit Players Archive. We will see you later, ladies and gentlemen.
Segway.